I'm also recording this. Let's just see where this goes. Doesn't matter. Let's just assume that something is streamed. Although I can't see how to get there. Anyway, guys, I have a recording now going. So if the stream doesn't work, I'll just put the recording on there. Welcome everybody to the Grindelwald Bastards live stream. Another half hour of high quality entertainment for you. Let's do the audio check, and let's go to the south of Holland first, where Oscar is joining us.
Yeah, good evening everybody, live from the southern part of the Netherlands.
Oh, there we go. Oscar. Welcome Oscar to our stream, and then we go to the United States of America from Utah.
And from the set where the end of The Last of Us was filmed, it's Chris.
Welcome, Chris. It's good to see each other again. It's been a while, and I'm glad that we took the chance to do another show. It was not without difficulties, which is normal, but it was especially difficult today because for some reason all the stream settings were. We don't know if we're streaming. It doesn't seem like it, although YouTube is saying that we are. Really weird stuff. So either this will be live or recorded. We will see what happens. One way or the other, it'll get up there on our channel. Welcome everybody. And
for sure, it's live when we are doing this.
Yes,
so.
yes. It's live now. Yeah.
No, this is a recording of a live instance we did.
Yeah.
No, I'm not really here. This is just a recording.
Yeah. It's AI. Yeah.
It's AI. This is just my face that looks bad because of ChatGPT.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You've got that for images too. So, okay, guys. Well, It's been a while, but last time we also recorded it, and it took a long while to get it up there because for some reason the aspect ratio of the whole recording was off, and I needed to put that through Adobe Premiere and reset that, but that just took too much time, and I couldn't really upload it as is. In the end, I did upload it as is because I just hadn't time, and I think something up there is better than nothing, especially because the F1 season was already starting, and we were going to be very, very late with that show. But anyway, I think we have some 5 or 6 views of that recording, which is great. So
well, we're just completely confused as to what was going on.
Yeah. So anyway,
on that thingy is we have actually already 37 followers nowadays.
Whoa, this is very good news.
Almost 40.
Almost 40. Double-digit growth again.
I was going to say I want to know who these people are, but maybe I don't.
No, we don't know.
When we have 100, we will invite them for a Grindelwald Bastards live meet and greet. Yeah.
In Grindelwald. Yeah, I think that would be absolutely great. But
a live show outside or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Why not? Just go up in the mountains in some sort of cabin and do a cabin fever episode. Anyway,
in that famously mountainous country, Holland.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We just put up some sort of set where we just act like we're in Grindelwald. Well,
that means you need green screen, and you can barely operate a live stream. So
I know, but the green screen was actually doing better than the live stream. Anyway, doesn't matter. Let's talk Formula One, guys, because I think it's been a while since we had an actual race to talk about, and now we do have an actual race to talk about, which was last week, not this Sunday, but the Sunday before. And what did you think? What were your impressions of the whole thing?
Interesting approach from Mercedes, especially with Toto admitting that they took the wrong track, despite the fact that one of their drivers was clearly doing better than the other one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it was weird.
Checo did a good job.
Yeah, Checo
Max was so far ahead that he was lifting and coasting because he didn't need to burn the engine.
No.
after three rounds, I think already.
Yeah.
He
It's
started.
nice to build up a lead like that. If he has a couple of good races, that gives him a buffer against mechanical failures or being run off the track or you know, punches and things like that. So you know, you can't judge anything from the first race, but it's just nice to have that in the bag already.
Exactly. Yeah, we saw that last year when the start was very bad, and we thought this is not going to happen, and then in the end, you know, they were doing so well. So a lot can change.
So maybe this year it'll be the opposite.
Yeah.
Maybe Ferrari will suddenly become an excellent team.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me try that again.
Yeah, let me try that again. Yeah.
Ferrari will become an excellent team. I can't do it.
I think it's probably well. The thing is that, you know, the whole thing with Ferrari, it just goes on. I mean, they had parts falling off their car, and then obviously they had the DNF, which, you know, in itself.
Oh, we need to talk about Ocon.
Oh yeah. He got a penalty for not serving a penalty for
his first penalty was out of place on the start.
Yeah.
The second penalty was he didn't serve the first penalty correctly.
Yeah.
His third penalty was he was speeding in the pit lane when he came to his second penalty.
Yeah. That's just so.
We know where the Ferrari guys went.
Yeah. That was just terrible. I mean, and it's like Ferrari now, they can't do anything right, obviously, because they have that stamp that they're just clowns, and anything that happens will now be under that thing. The problems with the parts falling off the car obviously are bad, but the engine failure, you know, can happen. There was no.
But it's the first race of the season,
and it's the first race, so I'm not, you know, I don't count them out for.
I want them to be competitive this year.
Yeah,
I think.
Yeah, for sure.
This could, with Aston Martin, with Alonso, this could become a three-way fight this year.
Yeah.
It could actually become a four-way fight. It could become
if Mercedes is in
between Red Bull, Mercedes, and Ferrari, and Alonso.
Yeah.
So I don't think Aston Martin would ever get the constructors' title, but they might get enough points to get someone way high up the drivers' championship.
Yeah. I hope that happens. I mean, we saw last year that some cars suddenly get a lot better during the season, you know, and things change. And it could also be the other way around. It's weird that McLaren had a very strong start, I think, and then just went bad, and now they're having a really bad start.
I'll just say that I want my retirement to be like Alonso's, because he retired in 2018.
Yeah.
And now he seems to be just driving for the fun of it, and he's doing as good as he ever did.
Yeah. And everybody's saying how they feel bad for Vettel because he left 1 year too early, you know.
Yeah, but did he, or did he just never hook up with the car properly? I mean, Alonso has clearly got the better side of the. Yeah. He clearly understands the car they've given him this year.
Yeah. Did you hear what's his name talk about Red Bull? Okay. What's the guy that shortly drove for Red Bull and now is driving for Williams?
Albon.
Oscar Piastri.
No, Albon.
Albon.
Oh, Albon.
Okay. Albon had an interview where they asked him about how he felt about Red Bull and what they're doing now and Max, and he said, well, the thing is that the Red Bull team is set up for Max and Max's style of driving. The Red Bull car is for most drivers way too difficult to handle because Max. He says if you go into a computer game and you set all the settings to maximum sensitivity, that's the way Max's car is set up, and most drivers can't handle that setup. It's just so different from what they're used to that even though they say we can tweak the car to the driver, that car is built for Max. And then they can tweak it all the way they want, but it will never get that far off Max's settings so that it becomes more comfortable for other drivers. And Albon is saying that
Checo's Checo's doing okay.
He is now. Yeah, but I think he is now, after
he's
a
learned
year,
the car.
he has learned the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. He has learned the car, and he did that in maybe a better way than Albon and Gasly tried. Yeah. They were maybe too young, too less, not enough experience. And Perez now seems to know how that car handles and seems to have a hang of it. So that's only good. I mean, it's good if the two Red Bulls are just doing a good job and Checo is performing well. I think Ferrari, I still hope, and I also think that they'll become stronger. I mean, they need to, and it is a good car. I mean, I think it is a good car. So
I noticed that most of the cars, they seem to have got rid of almost all of the porpoising now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's.
I wonder whether or not Mercedes' strategy this year was relying on the Red Bull penalties to slow them down.
Yeah.
And they really didn't do as much work on the Mercedes as they should have done. Yeah. And even with the penalties, even with the fines and the aero testing penalties and everything, Red Bull are still ahead of Mercedes.
Yeah.
You know, and all for, what was it, $400,000 of catering.
Yeah.
Well, I read somewhere that they did not had to do a lot with the wind tunnel for Red Bull because the car was already
so good.
Yeah. Was already so good, but it was overweighted. So they just had to find 10Ks and lose weight and become again the quickest car in the field.
Did you watch Drive to Survive this year?
Yeah, I did.
I haven't.
There was an interesting piece of information in there that, you know, you just have to wonder how tightly integrated Mercedes are with the FIA, because they were talking about the summer break, and you know, they said in the summer break you're not allowed to touch the cars. The cars basically sit under blankets. You know, no one's allowed in the workshop. No development work's allowed to be done. And then they cut to Toto Wolff, and he's like, "Yeah, we're working on the car all through the summer break."
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
So Red Bull aren't allowed to spend $400,000 on catering.
No.
But you somehow are allowed to spend 4 weeks working on the car when no one else is allowed to touch theirs.
Yeah.
Wow.
One of those is cheating with an advantage, and the other one isn't.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, so I don't know.
I think it was Toto's way of making a joke, to be honest.
Is he capable of making a joke?
I think
Germans can't make jokes. No.
No. Germans can't. But I really think
Steiner was excellent in this season.
Yeah, yep. But to be honest, I disliked the season. There were one or two nice things to see, but
yeah,
I really thought, well, I think there happened more than they showed us at the end, but it was a bit.
I mean, it was such an eventful year last year. It's hard to imagine how they could cherry pick the things to put into the show.
Yeah.
Yeah. True. But I really think Toto was just trying to make a joke.
Trying.
Could be. Yeah. Try.
Yeah.
Could be.
Well.
Yeah.
If you did not get it, then he failed. Yeah.
Yeah, he failed. Yeah, miserably. Yeah. No, I mean, I like the race because obviously I like the fact that Red Bull is so strong and Max was just having no problems at all winning this race. But a lot can change. A bit more competitive season would be nice for the racing. I mean, we've had years of Hamilton and Mercedes just being ahead, and that was just boring.
Yeah.
But even if Max is starting to do that, just driving away, you don't see him. The fight behind him is going to be really interesting anyway.
That upper midfield, the from third down to sixth, is really interesting.
Exactly. Yeah. And that could be, all the entertainment we need, and maybe that will happen. But then again, we
can rely on Ferrari for the comedy. We can rely on Alonso for some really good driving.
Yeah.
Hopefully, we can rely on Checo getting the hang of the car even better.
Yeah. It would be great to see Red Bull just being, way better than the rest. To shut up the last of the people that still say that Max can't drive a car and Red Bull.
I don't think that'll ever happen.
I mean, no, some people will keep on saying that, but that will be
the only way that's going to happen is if they put Max in a Mercedes and put him directly up against Hamilton in the other Mercedes.
Yeah.
That's the only way that argument's ever going to be settled. And even then, they'll say, "Oh, someone did something to
They'll find
car. Someone did something to Max's car."
True. Yeah. True. That's.
I mean, once people have decided something like that, you can't change their mind.
No. You're right. What about McLaren? Because they are really bad. I mean, they have become the Williams of of former years. I mean, what has happened? Why is their car so not performing? I mean, we saw that happening during last season.
Yeah.
And
I think they took the Lego box.
Yeah.
and they thought, oh, this looks great. Let's
make our car
build it one to one, and then
I don't know. It's weird because it can change. Maybe
well,
they'll find
there's a big difference between the testing they do before the season and the first race. So they will have learned 1,000 times more from that race.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why they kept putting the second McLaren out time and time again after they recharged the pneumatic system, because it didn't matter that he was 2 laps down, that Lando was 2 laps down, and that he finished right at the back. That wasn't the point. The point was
data.
Do race distance and find out everything else about the car.
Yeah.
So I think they did the right thing. I think it was frustrating for Lando, but in the long run, I think they'll have learned a lot about the car.
Yeah. Did you see that part somewhere where Max was being asked if he was a team owner, which 2 drivers would he want for his team?
No.
That was interesting because he picked Alonso and the McLaren driver Norris. Yeah.
Okay.
That would be an interesting team.
That would be, because I think they're great drivers, and if they are in the best car in the grid, I mean, they would probably, do well. He didn't say Perez, which was a little bit of a, but I
think we know why that is, though.
I know. So anyway, that was interesting also, because I liked the fact that he chose those 2, because I mean, nobody can be against that. Everybody would be happy with that, and it's a very almost politically correct answer to do that, which was great too. But I also think he means it. I think he is a big fan of Alonso, and also Norris and himself are good friends. So
that's the thing. I mean, everybody loves Alonso.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a driver or a team boss or anyone in Formula One that really has a bad word to say about him. Because he's a good driver with a huge history and championships under his belt. And he's really, when we were listening to the commentary, they were talking about how he's driving with 50% of his brain, and the other 50% of his brain is asking about the other drivers, asking about his teammates, asking about the weather, asking what's going on the track ahead and behind him. He seems so at ease in a Formula One car.
So definitely.
That was also the same with Max. So they wanted to tell him how everybody else did the race, and then he said, "Oh, I've seen it all."
Yeah,
just on the monitors.
Just watching the monitors as I was driving around.
Yeah. That is really cool. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. That is cool. Well. So
Did you guys hear about that? Vasseur is not happy with his position within Ferrari, because the director or the owner is really pulling the strings. What is it? The straws.
The strings.
The strings. Yeah. So so Vasseur can do what he would like to do with the team. And I heard another thing is that because the McLaren is going like rubbish, that Norris probably would never sign a new contract with them. No. He still has to go this year and next year, I think.
Yeah.
But also Leclerc will then be free of a contract again, and that Vasseur would actually more see into Norris than Leclerc.
Okay. Okay, well, that could be... Well, the first thing you were saying, that sounds a little bit weird because, I mean, if Vasseur was having discussions with Ferrari, he would have said, I need total control. If you want me to fix this, I want to have total control. And if he didn't do that, that would be a bit weird, you know. I can't see Vasseur... I don't know. But I don't think he's the type to not demand that and to just think, oh, yay, I can go to Ferrari.
No. I also do not think so. But you always have the talks before you start a job and then the actual job.
What it's like when you actually get there.
Yeah. Well, could be. And knowing Ferrari, that could very well be because I mean, to be honest, they're Italians, you know. Okay, we're gonna lose a lot of viewers now. It's I mean, their management style is not like we like it. I mean, it's really top down, and it's really all about power and very hierarchic, and that would mean that that it is that way, and that he is being forced to do or not do certain stuff. Which would be bad, obviously. On the other hand, if everything goes south, then he can say, that's because I couldn't do what I needed to do.
Not my fault.
Not my fault.
But that's not how management works, though, is it? When they're directing from the top, it's okay when everything's going fine. But then as soon as something goes wrong, it's no longer their fault.
Exactly.
It's now Vasseur's fault.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, it's going to be, again, most likely a very interesting season. And I'm looking forward to that. Next race is on Sunday, and we will then hopefully see a little bit more of where it's going, if it's going to be the same thing or if suddenly things are changing. You know, that's going to be the first 3 or 4 races are going to be very important to see where things are heading now. And that's all great stuff. So and to be honest, I didn't watch last season of Drive to Survive because I really didn't like the first season too. It was for me too much entertainment, and you've seen the whole thing, and then there's a show telling you the same thing but with a more entertaining twist on it. So I wasn't too keen on that. So I haven't watched last season. I
just like Formula One, so I watch it.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean that's okay, but it annoys me more than I like it. So I just skip it. And just watch the races. But yeah, I think Michelle is watching it, and she likes it. I think so. So that's good. Anyway, I did watch. I mean, a couple of weeks ago. It's been a while, but we had this stormy Sail GP race, and Chris sent me a text or something to say, okay, you should watch this and that was really crazy. I don't watch it all the time, but I look at the highlights. And the wind speeds and everything, and things just broke. But the big thing was the footage of the hurricane or whatever it was, typhoon.
Oh yeah, when it blew through.
Through their camp,
through the pits.
And it's just these carbon, it looked like the sails were even.
Yeah, the sails are all carbon.
Are carbon. So it's.
So you take a 24-meter carbon wing that's designed to make a boat go fast in light winds. Yeah. And then subject it to 30 seconds of hurricane force winds.
Not gonna.
Bad stuff happens.
Yeah, it was mayhem. It was really, really bad.
There's a Sail GP again this weekend. It's in New Zealand, so I get to watch Sail GP and Formula One.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'm watching parts of it. I like it, and I'm getting a little bit more the hang of what's going on. The first couple of races I didn't know the hell what they were doing. They were going all over the place, and suddenly they go around some sort of buoy, and I really I didn't understand what they were doing, but it's getting better. They also draw the lines now, so you can see a little bit, which annoys, which is annoying for them, and which amazes me, is sort of the way that spectator boats are drifting into the race area, and it's like, oh, oops.
Well, it's because there's no physical
no,
marking.
Obviously, they can't see that line that we're seeing.
So they can imagine a line between two of the boys and go, well, I'm on this side of it, when in reality they're not, and they're just drifting into the track.
Yeah.
It's Formula One is also going to do this. They are going to
no track.
Let people with their own cars,
with their own little cars on the side. Yeah. Spectator buses along the track. Yeah.
That'll go well.
Yeah, that'll go well. No. So that's really cool. So yeah, and on the Lego front, guys, we need to talk a little bit about that because I saw some very bad pictures of a rocket launch.
What did you do?
Yeah, what did you do?
What did I do? Well, I created the last couple of weeks the Saturn V, the Apollo Saturn V. So I made mission Apollo 13, obviously, and it was still standing in my living room. And I thought, oh, let's bring it up for the podcast tonight and show it live that it's finished. And I just took it in two hands, and it just broke in the middle, and then it crashed out of the air into my floor. So
that's frustrating.
I can start rebuilding it.
That's bad. Well, you could look at it as that you're having twice the fun building it, but it's not the same, obviously. But
well, I you can imagine that I said, Houston, we've got a problem.
Yeah.
I'm sure those were the exact words that you used.
No swearing at all. No. Yeah. Anyway,
You got your Fast and the Furious Nissan GTR.
Yeah, that's the other thing. I finally got that. I got the message that it was in stock again, so I ordered it, and I've got that now. Funny thing is that my son is also building Legos, but he has the other type of kits, more like kids Lego. But he's really good at it, so he just builds them, and it's fun, but it's not a real challenge. And this thing came in, and he had his birthday last week, so he had a lot of Lego around which he could build. And then he saw that Nissan Speed Champion come in, and he said, Dad, can we build that together? he wanted to skip all the other stuff and wanted to build the Nissan with me. And a detail in that story is that because we build it together, then also it becomes partly his.
That's the objective here. That was the hidden agenda.
That was the hidden agenda. So
and when you say it becomes partly his, you mean it's now his.
It's now his, yes.
Well, that got me.
Yeah, I had to laugh about that. So yeah, we're gonna probably build that together, and it just it's a nice thing. I like the collection of speed champions that we've got now. And it's
I've been upgrading my PC.
Okay.
I got a new Ryzen processor in there.
Oh wow!
My motherboard had to have 2 BIOS updates to take it, which was nerve-wracking.
Okay.
It booted okay afterwards. I'm like, all right, so
yeah.
And then just before the show came on, this arrived in the mail. So this is the
oh wow,
this is the new memory for it.
Yeah.
So
is that DDR5 or what is it?
It's DDR4 because my motherboard's quite old.
Yeah, that's the reason why you can't.
It's now with this memory and the processor that's in it. That's about as fast as it'll go.
Yeah.
So
that's cool. Yeah. Okay.
But,
well, that's nice. It's always fun to do upgrades on that. So,
well, I realized I've been working from home for 3 years, and the PC, the last time I upgraded before I started working from home was 2 years before that. So it's 5 years since it's had new memory and new processor.
Yeah.
I was surprised that I could put a BIOS into it that would deal with very nearly the newest Ryzen processors.
Yeah, they're pretty good at that normally. So yeah, that's okay. That's fun. Yeah, I don't use it that much anymore. So there's no use in me upgrading it, and it's doing for what I do now. It's doing well. I have a Ryzen 5 3600 or something in it, so not really quick, but it's doing the job. And I've got a 980 Ti graphics card.
I went from a Ryzen 2 to a Ryzen 5 5600X.
Okay, yeah, that's obviously a a lot better. Yeah.
It would have taken a 7000 series processor, but the sudden price jump, it was like, processor I bought was like $130, and then the next most powerful 7000 was
300 or something.
290, I think, or something like that. I'm like,
Yeah, I always try to find that sort of sweet spot where you're just before that big leap. For relatively not a lot more of
do what I do. Make sure you're always 2 years behind.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's smart. I've done that all my life in everything I do. No. No.
How old are you?
Yeah.
Your current age minus 2?
Yeah. I think the stream has just crashed. No.
No, it's taking another 2 years before the stream comes live.
The stream takes 2 years. Yeah. Okay, guys. Well, it's been fun again talking, and let's see if I can find what went wrong with the stream and if it went live or not. I will try and put this thing up somewhere this week. Hopefully the aspect ratio is right now. If not, I need to put that through Premiere first. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching and for sticking by us through all this. And we will be back when we're back. We're not going to make any promises, but let's hope that
we'll be back when Paul figures out how to do a live stream.
Exactly.
So see you in 2 years.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you in 2 years. Thank you very much for that. See you later. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Like, subscribe. Yeah.